What is going on? What'd you think of the new? I finally figured out the music. Couldn't quite figure out, I guess, how to sync it up. The pouring of the bottle was a little off, but we're getting closer with each show.
Oh,
We're getting
look
there.
who's
We're getting
look
there.
who's in the chat.
Who's there already?
That's Daddy-O showed up.
What's up, pops? How you doing? No Kentucky slander from Papa Stevens. Here we go.
I don't think he's got much Kentucky hate in his heart. So
I
you'll
appreciate that.
be all
Thank
right.
you. How y'all doing?
We're good.
I'm trying to take advantage now. I got to go ahead and rock all my Nike gear this year because it's going to be obsolete next year. So I got to do it now.
And all new next year, huh?
Actually, I'll probably get something Adidas, but I will just wear my outdated Nike stuff. And if somebody needs to fight me, they can. Like, I don't
Yeah,
care. It's orange. Yeah.
What JD, you tell me? It said my audio. I think it's better. I think we're good. I got new Wi-Fi. We got brand new laptop. I think we're there. I think we made it, to be honest.
TBD.
No, come on, have some faith. Have some faith. I learned that I'm not super computer savvy, but I'm not as computer illiterate as I thought. Like the new laptop, things are moving quicker. I'm figuring things out. By within the next 2-3 years, I'm gonna be dangerous. Oh shit! But yeah. So, did you catch any of the football game today? Iowa State, Kansas State.
Yeah, I watched.
That was real ugly for a while.
Yeah, I watched the first half. Then I had to run out and do some errands. Looked like it ended up being a close game, so I missed the second half. But I saw the first half. I'm with Sass. It was pretty ugly. I tried to give them some grace because first game of the season, you are the only show in town. You're on ESPN. All eyes are on you because everybody's been starving for football. So, those of us who could not care less about the Big Ten, the Big 12, the ACC, we're all tuning in anyway. So all eyes are on you. It's raining.
Yeah.
You've flown international. You're in Dublin. So I tried to give them some grace with that, but I'm with Sass. It was pretty ugly.
Yeah, turnovers like crazy. I mean, good grief.
Yeah.
Freaking 4 fumbles in the first half. The ball is the program. You got to figure it out. Yeah, it was definitely sloppy football. It was week 0 football, but it was football nonetheless, right? And
that's right.
That's what we got.
And yeah, you got to figure it out. This is not the first game that's ever been played in the rain, and especially where they are. Kansas and Iowa get tons of rain and snow, and they have to play in all those elements. So yeah, you gotta figure that out. Coming from the Midwest, those guys, they got to deal with the elements. So yeah, they need to shore that up.
Well,
yeah,
we got Western Kentucky on playing Sam Houston. That's the game I'm going to try to get up here and watch, but I don't even know if I got the daggone channel, CBS Sports Network or something. But really next week when the good ball starts, we got Florida State, Bama, and then college. I think that's where College Game Day is going to be. Lee Corso's final game day, right?
Is he still,
Really?
He's still. That's his last game day, isn't it?
It is his last game day, but they should do, in my opinion, LSU, Clemson. I would do Tigers, but because
they got to do the
was
game
terrible
on
last year,
ESPN, right?
Or
ABC.
They do, yeah. I don't know who's televising what, but to me, no, because they'll go somewhere and then to do the show in the morning and then fly somewhere else to do a game. They have done that. I don't know. Like, to me, you go where like the premier matchup of the week is. That's what I thought they did. I don't see how that's not either Texas, Ohio State, or Clemson, LSU. But that's if it's not matchup based, then yeah.
Yeah, I thought they would definitely do Texas Ohio State, but it's got to be a TV deal thing. I would imagine big new kickoff is there or something. But I mean, that's the game everybody's going to be watching. I think Alabama's like a 2-touchdown favorite against Florida State. So
yeah, Florida State was terrible last year.
Yeah, this is Norvell's job right now.
Yeah, but I think DeBoer has gotten, or however you say his name, he's gotten a chance to get a year under his belt. I think Alabama's going to be noticeably better because I think he's a good coach. So I think it's about to be trouble for Florida State.
Yeah, we're going to see. I mean,
I'm just excited football's back.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the way back.
All the way back. I didn't have to watch preseason football and act like it was real. I got to like legit woke up this morning, and out here it's 9 a.m. It's breakfast football. So like you wake up and as soon as you roll out of bed, damn near it's time for kickoff.
Yeah, started at 10 here, so I was okay with that.
But Selena, how you been? What you been focusing on? What ball you got today?
What football I got today? Oh, I'm just watching today. Like I've been so busy lately. Like,
what?
Like I've been so busy. Like I don't know which way's up, down, left, or right. I'm just here. I'm watching when I can, and I'm enjoying it because football is on. I did catch most of the Kansas State Iowa State game, and it was really ugly. I know that much. Yeah,
it was ugly football. I didn't actually. I watched the first half and then the fourth quarter because it got close. But in the middle there it was rough to watch. But
I have a question though. How do you guys feel about the first game being overseas like that? It's a little. It's.
I mean, I don't mind it. I think it's kind of good, but we got to get better matchups. I think like we got to get marquee matchups. Last year, Georgia Tech got a good crowd. Like you're going over there to Dublin. I mean, I feel like they should take advantage, and that should be a Notre Dame game every single time, right? Like
That's what I thought. Like I thought Notre Dame should be over there for sure.
Like something like that. But I understand it's a top 25 matchup, so I'm not trying to poo-poo on that. But it's one of those things where if you do get a good matchup, it's an experience. And I don't think you could do it in the middle of the year, because like both these teams got to come back and play next Saturday, right? So like you do that in the middle of the year, and you got to figure out the travel. So if you do want to get an overseas game, you probably got to do it at the beginning of the year. But you do miss the days of the Chick-fil-A college football kickoff, where you're playing where they play in Atlanta or something like that. So it's different. I think with the streaming services now and whatnot that you can get more eyes on the game. So does it playing overseas actually help?
But they don't stream it over there though. According to Irish Hammer, they don't stream it over there.
That's correct. Yeah, because we got one of our fellow Vol fans is from over there, and he was on Twitter talking about how ridiculous it is that people who live there didn't get to watch it like on their basic cable. So if you want to go overseas and try to grow the game and all that, whatever from a business standpoint, but it didn't sound to me like they really approached it the right way from a business standpoint. Like, don't go to another country and then don't allow the locals of the country to be able to tune in. What I was telling my wife, if I'm the fan base from the team playing, I'm not happy, right? Like it is hard enough to be able to pay to go to a game as is, like at home. Now I got to fly international, so now I got to make sure I got a passport. If I don't have one of those, I got to procure that. I have to get a ticket to go overseas. I have to get a hotel. All this kind of stuff. So you are at the expense of trying to bring in other people, which you still don't do because you don't give them their basic cable over there opportunity to watch. I'm alienating a large portion of my fan base, and the stadium was still full. I don't know what capacity was, but usually the people who can afford to go over there and travel are not the people who are going to be making the the environment rowdy. So I just if I'm one of those two teams, I'm not, especially whoever had the home game for it. I think K-State. I'm really not happy if I'm them. But
Well, I think I heard something like they had to get like 40% of the players' passports because like no one had passports for this game. They had to like rush those to get those done. And I'm like, but here's my thing too. They don't even call football like it's not the same thing in the first place. It's actually soccer in England and Ireland. It's not even football. It's soccer. So what are we doing? They don't even play the sport over there, really, right? Like, what are we doing?
So I mean, the NFL games that go international usually draw a pretty good crowd, and they're trying to do what they can to grow the game. They do have European professional American football leagues, but yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It is not
Sanctioned by the NFL. Yeah, the NFL has done that overseas thing. Yeah.
They had NFL Europe.
Well, yeah.
That's defunct.
Andrew Luck's dad was the commissioner of NFL Euro, I believe.
Okay, yeah, but NFL Europe, they tried. I think they tried a little too early. If they tried again and threw some money behind it, it'd be okay. But like I had a friend from back home in Tennessee, and he's played running back. Shoot, like in Germany and I don't know. He's played in like 4 different countries over there, so they have multiple leagues over there. But they are not. It's not the draw that soccer is, and that's why they're trying to have these games, to try to grow the American football game. And I don't know how else you do it other than to play over there and broadcast it. But
the broadcast thing doesn't make sense. I didn't know that until y'all brought it up. But I mean, it is a money grab, right? I mean, you mentioned the NFL playing overseas. I don't know if it's the same, but there was like 800,000 people in a queue to go to that game overseas. So, like, it's making money. It's extending the game, the outreach, which I'm sure means TV deals eventually, and making billions and billions of dollars over there. So, I'm sure the NCAA or college football, wherever that money goes to, the schools maybe get a decent paycheck out of going overseas as well. There's got to be some sort of incentive for them to do it. But see, yeah, I agree with you. If I'm a fan of that team, especially if I'm losing a home game, whatever it is, that sucks.
Yeah, that's tough. Hammer, so how big is Tottenham's stadium? So he said Hotspur, I think that's Tottenham. He said they can accommodate NFL. So I'm curious how big their stadium is. And then somebody said something about Richie. Ireland is golf country, yeah, because they got the beautiful countrysides and all that stuff. So he's not wrong there.
Well, Richie mentioned the field too, and it's funny because golf. Yeah, Richie brought up the field, and it's funny that it did look like trash out there, because normally the soccer pitches are like premier, like those soccer players are all about what they play on, to the extent of when they coming over here for the World Cup, where they're having to lay down new sod and do a bunch of new things to these football stadiums to lay out. So I was surprised that it looked so Mickey Mouse today. It must have been the rain just washing away some of the paint and whatnot, just giving them some bad footing, because it did look sloppy.
Yeah, the rain didn't help. It sounded bad in the stadium too. Like, when you can hear the PA guy, the audio sounded pretty bad. And on television they were talking about how K-State or whoever had to bring all their audio over, which is also weird to me, because I'm sure the stadium has fine audio, but we try to bring our stuff over there and force it in on them. It just, yeah. So, but in the end, the only way to make a better product and to learn and to improve is to try it. So if this is something they're going to keep doing, you gotta give it a go. But I agree. I think with y'all, I think Notre Dame is the right team to send over there.
Yeah, especially if they're gonna have it in Ireland, it makes sense.
Yeah, and they're already. I mean, and they're not in the conference. Like you can kind of match them up with whoever, right? You can say, hey, this is who you're going to play. This is the best matchup. It's not gonna, not gonna hurt them in the long run. It's beginning of the season, so even if it's a good matchup, they lose. You got a full season. So that does seem to be the play. We'll see what they do. But we said this was going to be an NFL show. We got a couple weeks until NFL football starts. I think we have pretty much exhausted our college football predictions, at least when it comes to Kentucky, Tennessee, and Louisville. I'm going to stand up on my pedestal talking about 8-4 until I get knocked off. Maybe early. It might be early, but I'm going to stay up on there. So let's where do we want to start? We want to start AFC or NFC?
I know who Rando's team is. Who's your team, Sass?
So to be fair, I don't have like a diehard NFL team. To be completely honest with you, like I like the Bengals, I guess, because like their proximity, if that makes sense. But I'm not like diehard about any certain team in the NFL.
We can start.
All right, AFC. Hey, do AFC because both of y'all are AFC folks. Then
there we go. How we make this right? That looks about right. All right, so this one seems easy to me, to be honest. I don't have faith in Aaron Rodgers. I think he makes them better potentially. I think the locker room troubles over the offseason for the Steelers, which is irregular for them if you talk about like legacy Steelers, but maybe it's been changing their organization. Their front office folks seem to be changing. I know you agree with that. It's not the same. Your grandfather Steelers, even though I'm a big Tomlin fan. But the Ravens for me are the well, Hammer's a Niners fan, so that's what he's saying. I think
he's a Niners fan. He's just trying to bring he's just trying to bring another fan over.
Yeah.
Convince me, Hammer. Convince me.
This one is easy. Baltimore. I love Joe Burrow in the offense. I think their defense is going to suck. So it's like if Burrow can't score 45,
their defense is shit, Rando.
Yeah,
bad.
If Burrow can't score 45 a game, then they're not going to be. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the key to get them over 500 win season. And then Cleveland is Cleveland, right? Their defense may be good, but Joey Footsteps Flacco is going to be the quarterback until Shadur takes over at some point. But for me, it's Baltimore wins this division hands down, fairly easy. Selena, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't trust Aaron Rodgers anymore. The Bengals defense is shit. It's really bad, and the Browns did they beat the Chiefs though? Like yesterday?
Was that? Well, I mean, we're talking preseason, so
right. So yeah, I would say Baltimore for sure. I would agree with that.
T, what do you think?
JD, putting Cincinnati second is wild.
You are correct.
At all.
It's Baltimore. Even if the AFC North, like the other teams, were good, Baltimore's still the best. You're right. The Steelers are in a bad way. It's probably time for Mike T to go. I'm with you. I'm a big Mike T fan, but it seems like they've kind of lost the direction of the organization. Aaron Rodgers isn't the man. Now I hope statistically he does well because I took a flyer on DK Metcalf in my fantasy draft, so I just need Aaron Rodgers to force feed him. But as a team, they're not going to be any good.
Yeah, I think DK is going to be great fantasy football wise. Yeah. I think the team's because you're right. Aaron's going to force feed him, and who else is there? Was it Calvin? Who is there?
Nobody. The tight end, Pat Freemouth or whatever.
Freiermuth, or really probably Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith came from Miami, so maybe him because Arthur Smith loves him. But I agree. It's DK Metcalf and no one else. So I think it's a good pickup fantasy football wise.
No, the Bengals. I always like closet cheer for them right now because T. Higgins is there, and he's from Oak Ridge. So, I really like Joe Burrow a whole lot. I used to love me some Joe Nixon. So Bengals probably second, Steelers third, and then Cleveland is in shambles right now. They just they don't know what they're doing. So, they're not going to start Shador, and everybody's just going to be focusing on Shador. It's going to be a distraction from the team. And, yeah, they'll be. So, Baltimore, Cincy, Pittsburgh, Cleveland.
Yep.
Just like JD said.
That one pretty.
And I feel like there's a pretty sizable gap between Baltimore and them too, though. Like there's a definite gap between Baltimore and the rest of them, for sure.
Yep. All right. So now we'll move on to
that delay's killing me.
What? My delay? I'm delayed?
Yes.
No way. I'm still delayed. No. This shit's got to be.
You're
right.
so delayed right now.
No, I don't want to hear that mess.
T, am I wrong?
No.
Whatever.
So
all right, over to the AFC South. We'll go the opposite direction. This one I think is interesting because you got new coach Liam Cohen, who should be a quarterback whisperer. Yeah. Maybe gets
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence back on track. Tennessee. Cam over there, rookie quarterback, may be great, maybe not, but it's probably gonna be tough his first year. And then I'm a big CJ Stroud fan. I think he's gonna be great. I think the defense is always gonna be good because their head coach it's just what he does. And then you got Anthony Richardson gets basically. I don't think he's gonna be on the roster or on the Colts by the end of the season. I think he's gonna get traded. So. What do we think here? Because I'm gonna go Houston because I think CJ Stroud is that guy. But T, what do you think for this division?
I think Houston is first because Houston is the best team, and CJ Stroud is legit. Then I think the Jaguars probably slide up to second. Tennessee third, and then Colts fourth. Because Houston also, not only is CJ Stroud good, but their run game, you got Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. Like the run game is, I think they're going to be legit.
Papa Steven says it might be your shit, not my shit. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and.
It's so mine and T shit's both delayed because I'm going to tell you.
I mean, I got upgraded brand new. I'm so new hotness, y'all.
You complained enough and got one.
That's right.
Who?
New hotness,
the reason,
old and busted. Old and busted, new hotness. All right.
Hey, old and busted, just like my Civic that I had all the way back then, and I'm still driving. Old faithful,
that was my
right
first
there.
Car. 1992 Civic, my first car. Yep.
Mine was a 94 Sentra.
I mean,
JD, you're wrong though. You got to switch Colts and Titans. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. The Titans are going through it too right now, though, right? Like they're also going through it, and I feel like the North, like you have Houston, and everyone else is kind of a shit show after that. Like there's no super solid order, and there's no like super strong second team within this league. It's
poverty
and then
my internet's just fine.
I just with the Colts, man, like we know who Daniel Jones is, right? So he's bad, and that's I have more hope or faith or whatever in Cam Ward as a rookie than I do with Daniel Jones and or Richardson. That's the main reason I got the Colts.
Fair point.
Let me ask you something, because is Daniel Jones worse than Gardner Minshew?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Or I mean, even playing field. I mean, Daniel Jones is super athletic. Like we saw him run super fast, like fast as Lamar Jackson, and then he tripped on a blade of grass. So his strongest attribute, even then, isn't like good enough to make a difference because he's just gonna fall or something. So I think he's not it.
No, I think the Colts and the Jags will be competing tight for 2, to be honest, because Shane Steichen, I think he's a good coach, and I think he can get the best out of Daniel Jones. And I think the defense is going to be good enough to where they're going to win some ball games. We'll see. But yeah, my hot take for this division is Anthony Richardson's traded to some other team, and because Jim Irsay, rest in peace, he's gone. If the girls don't think, his daughters don't think that he's the QB, and they want to maybe move on from the GM too, because he's been there forever and he's made some questionable decisions. Wouldn't be surprised if he's gone. So let's see. Now we're moving on to AFC West, aka we got the Kansas City Taylor Swifts and everybody else. I do think this is going to be the best division in the NFL, to be honest. And I think 3 teams from this division are going to get into the playoffs for the AFC.
Which 3?
Who are those 3?
Yeah.
Kansas City, Denver, Chargers.
Oh, you leaving family from the show out of the playoffs?
Only because it's his first year. Only because give the coach a year to kind of get figured out. Harbaugh's been there a year. Sean Payton's been there a year with his new quarterback who he loves, and then you're coming off Kansas City losing Super Bowl, and now Travis Kelce's not looking fat and slow anymore. Patrick Mahomes is pissed off, so I think they win the division still. But I think Denver and LA are going to be very, very, very good. And I think 3 of those teams are going to get into the playoffs, and then we'll kind of see how the Raiders fare out once they got to have some continuity, right? T, like you got to say, like that whole staff is new, so it'd be surprising for them to come in there and finish at the top of that division. How tough it's going to be in year 1.
Go ahead, Sass. What do you think?
I mean, KC is KC, right? They're somehow every year in the playoffs, in the finals somewhere. Like, I don't know how they do it every year, but every year they're there. I do think the Broncos will I think they'll be second in the league in that part. I don't know though. Like, Pete Carroll is Pete Carroll too, right? Like, he's a really solid coach, even if it's like a whole new everything. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how you can count him out though.
And like Richie said here, he's going to get the best out of Geno Smith, right? So Pete Carroll is going to. I mean, Geno Smith's been playing really good ball, so like he's going to get the best out of Geno. But I just in year 1. I think they're going to take some time to figure it out. Now they got Brock Bowers, so they have a lot of talent. So maybe they can make a splash. But just like we would have said last year, hey, Jim Harbaugh's a real good coach. He's got a good team, and they did some good things. But now in year 2, you expect them to kind of make that step. So I would give the Raiders a year to kind of really start figuring it out, and just mainly because of how tough this division is going to be.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think it's going to be the best conference in football. The best division in football. Kansas City's going to win because you got one of the best coaches ever. You got one of the best quarterbacks ever, and they're going to be motivated. All that stuff. So they'll find a way. I think that Pete Carroll gets goodness out of his quarterbacks because he's run first. Right, like Marshawn Lynch was his dude, so he's about to. Ashton Genty's about to get some mileage in his rookie year, and then as long as the run game is going well, that opens up and makes things easier for your quarterback. And Geno is proved that he's serviceable, and when things are open, and you're a serviceable or even good quarterback in the NFL, you're gonna look like a world beater. I'm a little concerned if I'm a Chargers fan. I really like Justin Herbert, but he doesn't have a lot to work with at receiver They brought Keenan Allen back, but he's 32 now, or he's an ancient man. So it's him and Lad McConkey, right? So and Lad is nice, but I'm a little concerned just about what he has to work with. And then I do think Denver would be good. So give me KC first. Whichever order with Denver and Oakland. I mean, not Oakland, Vegas, and then the Chargers last. Just because I just don't like the makeup of their team.
So do you think Genty struggles in the preseason, or just him kind of figuring it out? You think he's gonna be like that guy for the Raiders, or you think he was that dude because he was playing at Boise against lesser talent and the NFL is gonna sneak up on him?
No, I think he's got the skill set. I think he'll be fine skill set wise. I think they need that O-line to get it together. But I think if he's got a little bit of space, he'll be okay.
Yeah, and I was.
I mean, even if in a weaker conference, like Genty's so good. Like even against he didn't play against SEC quality opponents every single game, but a dude doesn't run that many yards consistently without having the skill set to do so. So I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. T, you mentioned Keenan Allen. I listened to the Fantasy Footballers podcast, or at least I have been last couple of weeks trying to get ready for my draft. And they did this comparison between Lad McConkey and Keenan Allen. And I think they both had the same number of touchdowns, same number of targets, and receptions per game. I think it was the stat that Keenan Allen actually was better than Lad McConkey. Now, Keenan missed some time, I think, last year. But he is over 30, and you would think he would be nearing the washed phase, but he seems to be kind of figuring out how to do the Larry Fitzgerald thing and keep himself relevant in the offense and not completely fall off a cliff.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be the number 2 now, which is helpful. And I saw some clips. He looked like he's lost a step, but he can still move and all that. He's had injury problems the last couple of years, but I've always been a Keenan Allen fan. I think he's really good. Lad proved to be pretty good, but he needs to take another step so he can be a bona fide number 1. Keenan Allen can be your number 2. And then, I mean, we know Harbaugh, he's more of a ground game guy as well, so that can open things up for the receivers. I agree, JD. I think Keenan Allen's a great route runner. It's just a matter of what kind of separation can he get. But route running is definitely more important than the speed, because as we all know, the greatest receiver ever with Jerry Rice was not fast, but nobody could do anything with his routes. So Keenan Allen is definitely, I think, a legit number 2 and a good pickup, but I'm still just not blown away by their entire team. And then, Coach Evans mentioned it with losing their left tackle. That hurts too.
Yeah, and Keenan's not going to get a bunch of yak, but he can still move the chains, right? I think that's what they use it for.
Yeah, Plaxico Barris style.
Yep.
Possession receiver.
So now my division, the AFC East. I got the I don't know if we can see it. I got the Dan Marino jersey here. I got my Dolphins cleats out. I even got my Dolphins cleats out, even though I know they're going to suck. I'm still trying to represent for them. I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins finish dead ass last in this division. I would not be surprised one bit, because every single team that's on here right now improved, and the Dolphins got worse. On top of the fact we still have Tua slinging the ball sometimes if he can actually stay healthy all season, and freaking Coach Capri on the sidelines worried about how cool he looks, vice actually coaching football. So it's so frustrating. I will quietly be rooting for the Bills because of the Kentucky boys that are on there.
Yeah.
I'm not a Bills fan because I can't do that fully because they're in the division. But with Ray Davis and Mad Max and Dion on the team, for me, the Bills clearly win this division. I think they're one of the top 3-4 teams in the NFL. I think this is actually the year they get to the Super Bowl, to be honest. They got Cook back, right? So Cook, Vic, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
Vic is swinging it again.
He's supposed to be commentating a high school football game right now. I don't need him on here talking about my Dolphins.
You gave me so much shit this week for not tagging you in Savannah Tuesday's post about being a UK fan, and then you swing in with this. Like, why would I tag you?
Yep, he knows.
Why would
He's gonna be like he's a realistic.
He and Richie, they are realistic. Richie, and back to your comment about Randy Moss, I'm okay with people thinking he's the best. I think my favorite is Megatron. And so I think you can argue about some stuff. Just side note on that. If you want to say Randy Moss, that's fine. My point still stands with Jerry Rice, though. So, okay. Sorry. Go, guys.
Now, okay. All right. So
Buff Tucky is right.
Yep, Buff Tucky. I'm like, all right, for the clip. We got to get serious for the clip for the talk. Ready? Go. All right. So for this AFC East division, I think Buffalo's going to win it, hands down. I think the Patriots are going to get number 2. I'm a Drake May fan, and I'm a Vrabel fan. I shouldn't say fan. I think they're very good. I hate the Patriots, but Vrabel's a great coach. I think Drake May is going to be a good quarterback. Stephon Diggs, if he can come back from the ACL, I think that's big. And Vrabel's going to have a lockdown top 5 defense in the league. And then I do think the Jets are going to finish third because their offense is going to be weird. They're going to have the second or third best defense in the NFL. And Justin Fields isn't going to throw the ball, 15, 20 times a game. They're just going to pound the rock, right? They're going to run the ball a bunch, and it's going to be weird. And like I said, the Dolphins are the one team in this division who haven't gotten better, and I would not be surprised if they finished last. And I'd also be okay with it because that means there's going to be change coming, and maybe we might be good in the next 5 years instead of just padding stats. Slinging the ball a lot, a bunch of yards, it looks great, but can't actually win a big game. Selena, what do you think?
No, I would agree. I think, again, the Bills are heads above everybody else. I really do. I think so. They are figuring it out. They continue to get it better. I would think if I had to pick any favorite team, it'd probably be the Bills, to be fair. And that's just my favorite team might be the Bills, just to be fair. Yeah, I like the Patriots. I like what they're building there, kind of what they're rebuilding. The Jets defense will save them, I think, a lot of stuff this year. And the Dolphins, well, they're just there, Rando. They're there for a good time. I don't. There's not a lot of hope for them. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, we got Minka Fitzpatrick back, which is cool, but and we got rid of Jalen Ramsey contract, cool. Jonnu Smith was the best offensive weapon on the team last year. He's gone. Tyreek Hill has been causing this all this drama over the offseason.
Yeah.
And Quinn Ewers, I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting some run this season. At least we have a decent backup quarterback. Because I just got no faith in Tua or McDaniels. And as long as Tua, McDaniels, and Greer are there, the Dolphins are going to disappoint, unfortunately, for me. But yeah, so that's what we got on the. I think that closes out the AFC.
No. Hold on.
Okay.
You ain't let me go. So.
Buffalo's my bad. T. My bad.
Yep. Buffalo's going to be first because the game changer X factor. They signed Josh Palmer, former Tennessee wideout. So he and Allen are about to go crazy. So he is the X factor for Buffalo. Stash him on your fantasy teams. Palmer's going to go crazy. I'm going with your Fins second because Jalen Wright, former Tennessee running back, is going to be a man down there. Also, y'all just in reality though, you still have talent offensively with Waddle, Hill, Wright, Akane, all those guys. So you'll be able to put points up. Now, big games when it comes to playoff stuff, you're going to lose. but in terms of just final seeding, I'm gonna give you that. And then I'm going Jets third. I want all bad on the Patriots because you know how they did my boy Mayo. Gave him 1 year to be the coach and then fired him. So bad juju coming their way.
So I do think former Tennessee running back is going to get some run because I don't think Achane is really that good. I know he's super fast and he splashed his rookie year, but he can't run between the tackles. He is, if we were talking fantasy football before, he's a PPR machine, but he can't stay healthy. He's already hurt. So I do think Jalen's going to get some run, and they brought him in for a reason, and the fall off or the lack of play for Mostert going from top. I can't with y'all. What? Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
You never know what you're gonna get. You gotta be ready with Hammer. You gotta be ready with Hammer.
Yeah. Oh man, and that's all right. I mean, I'm not judging the man if he sits the pee. Sometimes it happens. Whatever. In the middle of the night, it's dark. You just gotta maybe don't do it every time. Don't do it every time. But oh man. All right, I don't even know where to go from there.
NFC time.
Thanks, JD. What I don't know if
he asked when Miami. He asked when Miami went undefeated.
Oh yeah, I knew. I was not alive, but I knew it was 1972. But hey, they're still cracking champagne bottles. Those guys aren't. There's not a lot of that team around left. They are fading away quick. But the ones that are still kicking are cracking champagne bottles. All right, so to close this out, who comes out of the AFC in the Super Bowl? Bills. Okay.
I think so. I think it's their year.
Baltimore.
Ooh, okay. Yep. Ooh. I think they're number two easily. Baltimore's number 2. I'm going to go with Bills 2. I would not be surprised if it's Baltimore. But it's I don't know if they have the offensive weapons to actually get it done. I think the defense is going to be great. They need to get Lamar like a true one. Rashad Bateman can't be. I love Rashad Bateman. I'm actually I think he's a good receiver, but he's a good 2. He can't be.
Isn't Zay Flowers is their Zay Flowers is their one?
He's a slot guy. I know, but he's a slot dude. He's not like you need like a true X big body type receiver, in my opinion.
Why? Josh Allen didn't have a one last year.
But he's Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson's a good quarterback. I'm gonna take all Louisville hate away. But when you talk about quarterback play, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, not on the same level. Now you talk about athletic ability, it flips the other way. Josh Allen's a great athlete. Lamar Jackson's so much better. But if you give Lamar Jackson a big time X with a big catch radius, I think that helps him out, right? When Mark Andrews was great, that's why that's why the tight end position for the Ravens was so good. Big catch radius, made himself available. I think that's what they need. Or you need to do what they did early in the season last year, or I guess it was about a quarter of the way through, and you turn it around and hand it off to that big son of a bitch you have in the backfield over and over and over again, and you let Lamar, throw it 20, 25 times a game. I can't tell if T's frozen or if he just completely disagrees with me.
Oh, I completely disagree with you, but I wasn't frozen. You're cutting in and out for me.
Oh. So why do you think Lamar can get it done with this same offense he had last year? Couldn't get it done.
Well, in the end, it came down to the easiest catch in the whole world from an all-world tight end, and it's not like Lamar was costing them the game or anything. So we know he's got the talent. Having Derrick Henry behind you makes a whole lot of difference. He's way better than Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins and whoever else they had. And when you have, even though you don't have a bona fide number one, when you have four, is Isaiah Likely still there, right?
Yeah.
So when you have four targets that you can trust and who are legit, even though you're bona fide, but I know I can go to Bateman, I know I can go to Zay Flowers, I know I can go to Andrews, I know I can go to Likely, and everybody's already worried about me as Lamar Jackson running or Derrick Henry running. You're going to have the space to operate as you need to, and Lamar Jackson can put it where he needs to. So if they lose, it's not going to be his fault. And obviously, it's not the Baltimore defense of old, but and Hopkins is there too. So, he can be a possession guy once every 5 possessions or something. And then you got one of the best safeties in the league too, which makes a big difference. I'm a big Kyle Hamilton fan.
Kyle Hamilton.
We'll see what. Yeah. Yep. We'll see what Humphreys can do. So yeah, I like the team makeup. I still like Harbaugh, and I like the fact that you have a lot of very able bodies to throw it to, plus one of the best running backs in the league still. Is he out for the season?
I could see that too.
Is Likely out for the season? I didn't know he was hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I just it's no Lamar hate from me. I think he's. I mean, you talk about, you got Mahomes, you got Josh, you got Burrow, and you got Lamar. I mean, those are head and shoulder the best quarterbacks in the AFC. So it's no hate for me. I just don't know if he's got the weapons, the offense to get it done when you're going up against a high-powered Bills offense, high-powered Kansas City Chiefs offense.
Likely fractured his foot. They say he might return for week 1, but he should be around by like week 3, no later than that.
All right, so now we're going NFC. Your Cardinals, T. Talk to me.
Well, we're going to stink because Kyler Murray is our quarterback. So we're not going to be good. I'm still going to root for him and all that. But and also, I just don't know about Harrison. A bunch of stuff I've been seeing out at camp is that Will Johnson's been giving him the business in camp and all that. And I wanted that pick anyway, the corner from Michigan. I think he's our next Patrick Peterson or whatever. But yeah, the Cardinals will probably end 3rd, Seahawks 4th, Rams 1st, 49ers 2nd. But yeah, Kyler Murray, he'll have 4 games this year where he goes crazy and everybody believes him again or whatever, and then he's gonna have 10 games where he's horrible, and then a couple games where he's average. I don't know if you remember, but when we signed him to his contract, I was like, that was a terrible move. I'm just not a believer. So I like James Conner.
This new coach is gonna elevate him a little bit.
No, because I think Kyler Murray, I think he's like maximized. I think he is what he is. I don't think he's playing.
It's just
it's just where he is. He's small. He's not really all that accurate. He's got a really strong arm, but he's not insanely accurate. He kind of struggles with tight windows. We do have McBride, who's a really good tight end, but yeah, we're going to be in purgatory while he's our guy, in my opinion. And the Rams, I think, will win as long as Stafford's healthy. Even at Georgia, I liked him, even though he was a Bulldog. I've always been a Stafford fan.
He's gonna play.
Yeah.
That dude is one of the toughest dudes in the league, man. Like, played with the fractured back while he was in Detroit.
100%.
Yeah, so I think he's going to play. I think they're just trying to rest him. And at this point, he's been in the Sean McVay offense for a while. I know starting QBs want all the reps in training camp. Like that's just how they're built. But he's going to be okay without them. And when you got Puka out there catching the ball, and I mean, who's the number one out there? Is it Puka or is it Devontae?
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Devontae. I'm not as sold on Puka as everybody else. I think Puka's good, but these people who try to have him as a top 7 or whatever, he's not that.
Don't disrespect Oos.
For me.
Don't disrespect Oos. That boy can ball.
I think he's good. I just think he's a top 10 guy. So Devontae Adams.
He's not a top 10 guy.
Yeah. So I think Devontae will take over.
See, I like Purdy. So I guess Hammer, not wrong. I understand. I just like some of the people on the team. But I do think it'll be from the Niners and the Chargers for sure. Chargers probably taking the top spot just because of the pieces they have, and Stafford. Again, like I said, he's so tough. He literally plays through anything and everything. It's crazy. I've never seen a quarterback pressure back.
I'm cool.
Whatever, who cares, right? I'm fine. I'll go play. It's fine. Didn't he have a messed up shoulder too at one point? And still playing.
He's had everything. Yeah, he's had everything.
He's broke everything, right? Okay, yeah. So I think if a quarterback like that, though, that's that tough, you're going to do really well. To be fair, I don't know about the Seahawks right now. I don't really pay attention as much. So after LA and San Fran, I don't really care. Whoever's there is there. But I think that's your 2. But I do think the Niners defense will be their saving grace again. I think that will be what helps them more than anything else.
It better be, because their offense is so broken. I mean, you got Kittle and you got McCaffrey. And now they just traded for Brian Robinson, which is a great number 2 to have. I mean, he was a number 1 in Washington. So that's a good pickup, especially they got him for a cheap haul too. So didn't cost them much.
Yeah.
But they don't have a damn receiver they just traded for, they do that at Kansas City, I think.
Sky Moore.
They just Sky Moore. Yeah. Who does have a touchdown in the Super Bowl. So shout out to him. But come on, Sky Moore is not a NFL wide receiver.
They need Ricky Pearsall to step up. And then, another Tennessee receiver, Jawan Jennings, he's not a number 1 guy, but he's a good possession guy for you. And he can be a number 2, 2.5, 3 if he can get healthy. And then he's doing a hold-in thing, trying to get paid. So they got to figure that out, but you're right.
Because Brock Purdy and him have a great connection, and I think he could be an actual one for them, at least fill in why Ayuk is trying to get back. But yeah, they should 100% pay Jennings, because he's a difference maker for him or for the Niners because of the relationship that he has with Purdy.
Yeah, and you talk about toughness, like we were giving Stafford credit for. Jennings is cut from that. He's cut from that same cloth.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if San Francisco finishes 3rd in the division. I think it's going to be close between them and the Seahawks, but I think LA runs away with it, to be honest, on that side. So we will move on to – I want to save this one because we got some weird news. Let's go here. Talk about the Vikings.
Hey, Rand, can we put the chat on the screen if possible?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Just because, it's the chat's really it's really, really engaging, and I kind of want it on there if we can.
Boom.
Thank you.
There we go. Absolutely. All right, so NFC North. Let's see, let's figure this out. NFC North. This one's tough for me because I'm a Dan Campbell believer. MCDC is a great coach, right? but you're losing your OC and your DC. And
Yeah.
there's the argument that the reason why your quarterback was so good over the last couple of years, MVP discussion, was because the OC kind of figured him out. Is Jared Goff a true number one overall draft pick quarterback, or was he kind of unlocked by the offensive coordinator and the weapons he had around him? Weapons are still there. OC is gone. I don't know if the Vikings are going to be great. Kevin O'Connell is a good coach. Is JJ McCarthy a guy? We were going to find out. Caleb Williams, I don't know. I think he shows flashes, but I think the question mark is still out on him. I lean more towards he's not the guy that over than he is. And then I fall back on Green Bay, where Jordan Love, who again doesn't, finally gets a number one guy in the draft at receiver. Coach is still the same. Defense took a little bit of hit. Jair Alexander's gone. But I go Green Bay to win this division because of the continuity in the coach and the quarterback. Selena, you're nodding your head. Yes, you agree with me there?
I do. I think the turnover in Detroit is going to cause a lot of problems. I think that's going to cause a lot of issues. And it's hard to, as we've seen as UK fans, right? It's hard, even though these are professionals, it's still hard to have much turnover and stay consistent. So I do think the Packers win this one. Lions, maybe second, depending how it all kind of gels together. And then I don't know. I kind of like the Bears a little bit. So I think they go third. Maybe. Yeah.
See, what do you think?
So.
Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears. Caleb Williams is garbage. He's got physical talent,
Damn!
but he doesn't have what you need out of a quarterback in terms of like the leadership. And he didn't display it when he was at USC. And you didn't hear a whole lot of the guys rallying around him in the preseason his rookie year. You don't hear a whole lot about him this year. I'm not a believer in him. I think that's a good question about Goff, but I think there's enough around him. And again, he's proven to at the very worst be serviceable. And when you have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs and Jameson Williams and David Montgomery, and who's the tight end, Laporta or whoever it is. So yeah. I think there's enough. He has enough weapons to cover up for whatever he's lacking. Now, you got to check him for turnovers from time to time. But as long as whatever offensive coordinator they brought in is decent enough, then you can do it because he took the Rams to the Super Bowl, right? So he's shown that he can do what you need him to do. You're probably not going to win because of him, but they have enough to win, and then he can just kind of ride along and just kind of steer the ship. So I think he's good enough. I think McCarthy will be fine. And then for third, but then you got one of the best receivers and one of the two best receivers in the game, so that can help him out a ton. And I think Jordan Love's pretty good. So I give Green Bay second. I can see him in the playoffs. Two teams. But Caleb Williams ain't it.
I agree that Caleb Williams is not it. I honestly could see Green Bay winning it, Minnesota finishing second, making it to the playoffs, and Detroit missing the playoffs. Just like what we said, I think it was Richie that popped up in the comments. He was talking about like the Lions are going to get back there eventually. I believe that because of Dan Campbell. Like, he's a great coach. He's a leader of men. Like, he's going to get the troops to ride behind him. But, Sirianni's kind of offbeat too. But he, I think, gets the locker room to rally around him. He can lead an NFL locker room. He even took a big, a hit once the OC and DC left, right? So I think he's going to take a year to rebound. And I do think that Kevin O'Connell, old KOC, will get it done with J.J. McCarthy. I watched J.J. McCarthy play in a championship game and did everything he needed to do to win that game, right? Didn't do too much, didn't do too little, just managed the game. And it just like Sam Darnold did for KOC, and just like freaking who's the quarterback for with Atlanta right now? Cousins, Kirk Cousins, just like Kirk Cousins did for KOC. So I think it goes Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, and then the Bears. The Bears.
The Bears. He was right for once.
is Hutchinson back for Detroit?
He's supposed to be. I think he's supposed to be back by the time, at least early on in the season.
Difference maker. He's a difference maker.
Oh, for sure. For sure. We have. Did we go here yet? I'm trying to remember. Here we go. This one is interesting because you got Baker with the Bucks now. His offense is going to be delayed a little bit because he's still waiting for folks to get healthy. The Saints, who knows who the quarterback's going to be? Spencer Rattler or old boy from Louisville, Shuck. Is Atlanta going to be good with Penix? Did you watch the ESPN feed? I think it was ESPN, or maybe it was a local feed. You see that it put Penis as his last name? It was hilarious.
No, I didn't see that.
Yo, yes. What?
Yeah. So his last name is Penix, Penix. I don't know. Maybe.
So
maybe
Penis.
Siri,
perfect.
Yeah, maybe Siri auto corrected it, but it was great TV. And then you got North Carolina, where their quarterback seemed to kind of figure it out at the end of last season. Celine, I'll start with you. Who do you think wins this division in NFC South?
So this is probably the one that I know the least about. Transparency, 100%. But I like Baker at Bucks. I really do. I seem like he found his stride there last year. Even though offenses seem a little weird right now, I felt like that was his place to be. Like he found his rhythm and groove there. So I would think they do. I think they win that one potentially, depending on obviously how it evolves. And then the Panthers, Saints. We don't know what's going on with the Saints right now. We don't know what quarterback is. We don't know what's anything right now. So yeah, I say Bucks, Panthers, and then it's toss up to the other two. It's my take. But again, this is the one that I know the least about. So
yeah. So I think I'm going to be. I don't know. T, you go, because I kind of want to be wild and say the Panthers are going to surprise this year.
I'm hot taking this one. Atlanta first, Tampa second, Panthers third, Saints dead last. They're going to be tied with the Browns for like worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, Saints are taking for Archie Manning.
But
like
let's
Archie
not
Manning going from Texas to New Orleans. That's what they're doing this year.
But don't forget, Atlanta has Bijan Robinson, right? So one of the top running backs in the league. They got a bona fide number one with Drake London. And who knows what you're going to get out of Pitts, but you at least have a ton of ability in Pitts. Plus, their first round draft picks, a Tennessee guy. So Pierce about to be a difference maker.
You just picked the Tennessee guys like this is
Hey, difference maker. X factor.
Oh Lord, team.
I don't know.
Okay.
I really did like how North Carolina finished the season.
They are not North Carolina. They are the Carolina Panthers. Just
whatever. Where are they located?
So the stadium is in Charlotte.
We do have Belichick.
But they're the Carolina Panthers.
Whatever.
Charlotte is a border city.
Anyways, the Carolina Panthers, I think, are going to surprise folks. God, this one is tough for me because I think Baker. I think, yeah. Oh, this one's tough. I'm gonna go Atlanta Panthers Bucks Saints.
Atlanta Panthers. I'm okay with that. The Panthers, it's really going to depend on how McMillan, because he's going to come in and be the number one guy. That's the wide receiver from U of A, from Arizona, that they drafted. If he and Bryce Young can mesh, then I think they'll be okay. Because Bryce Young looked decent at working with 37,000-year-old Adam Thielen as his number one receiver. So if McMillan can come in and
forget about Leggett out there.
I didn't forget about him, but he wasn't the number one. Thielen was. So now it's going to be McMillan off the fact that he's your first round draft pick, and then Thielen can be a number 2 or 3 as with Leggett. So if McMillan and Bryce Young can be on the same page, then I don't think you're too far off. Thinking the Panthers might be sneaky.
Yeah, I think they will be too. All right, y'all, everybody in the chat busting me for saying North Carolina Panthers. They in North Carolina. That's why I don't want to hear it. I want to hear it. I don't care if it's a border city. That is the state that they are in.
But that's not the name of the team. So the name of the team is the Carolina Panthers.
I don't care. The Carolina Panthers, whatever. The Carolina Cam Newtons, which was the last time they were any good. So this is the division I want to talk about, mainly because of all the craziness that is going on with Dallas. We'll get to that.
It doesn't matter. Eagles. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So I don't know.
I think Eagles are.
I think that's an easy bet. If you told me that McLaurin was signing with the Commanders like time now, and he was going to be on the team, I think I would pick Washington to win the division. But yeah, as of right now, I think the Eagles win it. Washington is good. I think the New York Giants surprise folks because I think they will have the best or second best defense in the league. And I would not be surprised.
Their offense is so terrible.
We don't know that yet. If Jackson Dart is, I don't think Jackson Dart's going to be that guy. I don't think he's going to be a guy. We don't know it's going to be terrible. He's been slinging it and doing well in the preseason. And I think Daboll's a good coach. Like, do you not agree that Daboll's a coach who can figure out? I mean, he's an offensive guy.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the chat right now. They're clowning you so
Richie,
hard, Brandon.
Damn. I'm not even looking at the chat, but I just saw it right now.
Ohio Bengals.
Florida Dolphins.
They are the Florida Dolphins. Whatever. My internet's not working still. I didn't need to just drop out of here and just let you all two talk. But what, Selena, you think Eagles? You said hands down, an easy pick for you. How'd the rest of the division go?
So, Eagles, Commanders, Washington. The Cowboys, man, they're a hot mess. But I have zero faith in the Giants' offense. Zero faith in their offense. So I think it's Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants. That's my take. Maybe that surprised me, but their offense is just.
I mean, Napier's is a guy. Like, he is a guy. So they got a true bona fide number one. If Jackson Dart can be 80%, 90% of what he's been in the preseason, they're dangerous. And you have Russ Wilson there, who is serviceable enough to get you through the first half of the season, maybe quarter of the season.
Though? Yeah,
he is. I mean, he did it. Look what he did when he came in for the Steelers. Like, he's serviceable to win you some games. Is he Super Bowl Russ anymore? Is he Danger Russ? No, he's not that anymore. But hell, what about Jameis Winston? That dude could be eating W's.
Eating W's.
Eating W's. But yeah, I think the Giants are going to surprise us because their offenses have to be great. They can do 14, 21 points a game and still do very well in that division because of how good their defense is going to be.
I think they have to prove it. I think it's like a UK thing. They have to prove it on the field in order for me to buy it because they were dog shit last year, right? So it's the thing. They kind of have to prove it on the field for me to change my opinion. But again, the Cowboys though with Micah, that's a whole other topic of discussion. Like they're a shit show right now too.
How does this work out?
All right, I'm gonna let y'all know how it's about to go out and go down.
Tell me.
Cowboys.
Oh boy.
Cowboys bench Dak, put in Joe Milton, Tennessee Vol coming in at quarterback.
Oh
wins the division.
Oh my God.
The Giants correctly make the right call to make Jalen Hyatt their number one receiver. They get second. And then
all right,
Lord. Let me give the realistic is I agree. I think Philly, then Commanders, though I think that one would be closer than we're giving it credit for. I don't think it is
I do too.
a clear runaway for Philly because Washington's coming, though I don't like the move they made getting rid of Robinson. So I'm a little concerned if I'm a Washington fan with that. But I think it's Philly, Commanders, Dallas, New York. Because New York, while Neighbors is a guy, I would probably start Winston if I were them. Who is their running back? Is it going to be Scatterboo?
It's
Scatterboo. So when you don't have a bona fide running game, like that's your offense is just not going to be what you need it to be. So I don't see New York doing a whole
Why can't Scatterboo be a bona fide running back?
I just don't think he's going to be dynamic enough. I think he's good, and I think he can be a starting running back, but there's a difference between like being a Bijan Robinson or a Brian Robinson. And I could see Scatterboo being more Brian Robinson, where he's good, but he's not going to open up the offense for you. Like you're not sitting here stacking the box on Cam Scatterboo.
Oh, Hammer brought up again yet Tyrone Tracy. I don't know. I think we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a good battle. But yeah,
that's usually like the most fun division because they have the most between all four of them the most hated rivalries, right? So they find a way to make it close most of the time.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
The Cowboys are gonna fire their
if they do, Richie, then go ahead and chalk them up for the Super Bowl if they do that.
Joe Milton, you mentioned him. He has an absolute cannon for an arm. The problem is the boy can only throw it 400 miles an hour towards a receiver. Like there's zero finesse in his legit. He's taking somebody's head off.
Correct.
Or he's throwing it 100 yards down the field. Like his air yards are phenomenal, but it's like, hey, put a little touch on him, man. Just lay it in there from time to time.
That was the issue when his year that he started for us. The same way that the same way that Nico was missing because he was just like throwing bullets down the field instead of giving it loft. That was the same thing Milton was doing. He is the first person, not the first, but he truly rivals Vic for arm strength, right? Like Brett Favre obviously could sling it and stuff, but he looked like he was slinging it. Vic, would just flick his wrist and throw it all the way out the stadium, and Milton can do that too. But you're right, minimal finesse.
So, have you all been watching this America's Team doc on Netflix?
No, I have no interest in what the Cowboys got going on.
So I'm not a Cowboys fan either. I think Jerry Jones has mismanaged the Cowboys since he followed Zeke to Cabo and paid him instead of paying Dak when he could have got Dak on the cheap, and he should have just let Zeke walk. That being said, this doc, if you're just a football fan, sports fan, you'll enjoy it. It flashes back to the good old days, the Steve Young, Jerry Rice, the playmaker Michael Irvin. Like, that dude is one of my favorite humans of all time to listen to talk on TV. Actually, I got this too. I got his signature on my jersey. Here. But it's a great doc. But you watch it, and Jerry Jones legit thinks he is a cowboy, like Wild Wild West cowboy, not Dallas football cowboy, like legit living back in the time where you can just gamble away and live, like have zero risk. It's wild the way he does it. And he's operated the Cowboys like a business and not really like an NFL team and it worked back in the 90s when you could just pay your roster, and it hasn't changed, or it's changed since then. Salary cap and whatnot. But
what the salary cap was his idea, though, wasn't it?
I think so.
I do not. I haven't got. If that's in the doc, I haven't gotten to. I'm at episode 5, so maybe it is. I don't remember that.
I feel like he was a leading proponent of it, though. Like, I feel like he led the charge for the salary cap. I could be wrong, but I think he did.
No, he was, and you're right, Rando. He does run them like a business, and he's great at it. He's not a billionaire for no reason, and so even though he manages the team terribly, they're still all over ESPN all off season. They're like the LeBron James of the NFL. Like, if they do anything, then it's going to be a talking point on ESPN for a week. They haven't been good. They haven't been really truly relevant in who knows how long, but because of the business savvy side of it, Jerry has made them the most valuable sports franchise and yada, yada, yada. So horrible product that they put on the field, and it doesn't even matter from the business perspective. So he acts like he wants
rabbit up for them.
So exactly. So, he acts like he wants Super Bowls and all that, but he doesn't care as long as he's, his pool is filled with dollars instead of water.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it does seem like he's got an insatiable appetite to win, but he also the appetite to be like the guy, to get the credit, the reason why he kicked out Jimmy Johnson, because they had the feud. I bring up the doc though, because it starts off with the Herschel Walker trade and how great both business and NFL GM move to bamboozle the Vikings to trading. I didn't know this, but they got 5 players, and in the deal, if he cut those 5 players, he got 5 draft picks. So the Vikings didn't think he was going to actually cut these players. They're like, you need a roster. You're not going to start fresh. They did. They cut all 5 players. They got 5 draft picks, and they rebuilt their team, and they had a great team throughout most of the 90s. But we talked about Micah before going over the NFC. Their division are we getting there? There's some things on Twitter within the last 6 hours or so that they think the Micah Parsons deal is going to happen. But could you see Jerry right now saying, I have this commodity. I'm not going to win Super Bowl with Micah Parsons with the team I have now. I'm going to trade him for everything that I can get and rebuild my team.
It's the correct move. That's the right move to make. You can get a haul, but there's no way he's going to do that, because then that would look like Micah Parsons was in a more powerful position than him, and he's not going to allow that to be the case.
Did you all see Mike on the sidelines last night? Just heads up. Did you see him on the sideline? That kid does not want to be there. He is so done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he just
lay on the sidelines like whatever.
He's just not playing the game. I mean, he's doing the exact same thing Emmitt Smith did. He's like, listen, I know this team needs me, and I will let you lose games, and I won't play, and you will eventually have to pay me, right? But yeah, I think it's the right move as well. And I think Jerry would do that because I disagree with you, T. I think that shows him that I have the power because I can trade him to whatever team I want to. Whoever's going to give me the most. I'm not going to give Micah the option like some of these teams do of like, hey, let's come up with a mutual deal of, hey, this is the team you want to go to. But I don't think Jerry does it because he doesn't have 5 years plus to watch this team rebuild. Like he can't. I think he knows I got to figure out a way to win now if I really want to win another Super Bowl before, I'm 6 feet deep, right? He doesn't have the time to watch this team kind of rebuild with the new coach and blah, blah, blah. So I don't think he actually makes that move. I think he pays him. But I think it would be the right move because as great as Micah is, he's been on the team and healthy for the last 4 years. And they're not getting anywhere. Now, Dak Prescott has been hurt, and I understand that, but Micah is a difference maker, but is he a difference maker to get to a Super Bowl with this team in this conference? I do not think so.
I think Jerry's ego is too big to trade him, though.
I agree.
Jerry's the ego size of a Mount Everest. I think his ego is too big to trade him.
It's funny you say that. So you got to listen. This was the Stephen A. Smith interview.
I don't want to hear anything he's got to say. That dude, man.
Well, so Stephen A. doesn't speak.
Okay,
but
I'm down there.
Yeah, so it's better. Yeah. But listen. I mean, Jared, this dude is. I mean, I can't tell if this is clever or if he's lost his mind. But listen to him talk.
Lost his mind.
Not doing the old mother-dad deal. How many times have you seen the little rascal so clever go in there?
Rascal.
And mama told him, you're not going to get it. And goes in to daddy, who only sees him after 5 in the afternoon, wants to love him, and says, you can have it, son. You can have that before dinner. And he goes back in and says, Mama, Daddy said I could have it. That's the old mom, dad, been around since the beginning of time. I'm not going to go for that here.
I ain't going to go for that shit here.
That's what's happening.
You're not going for it.
I'm not going for it. No. But we've had a very...
What the shit was that?
Listen, well, first of all, hold on. We've all been there. We all got kids. We know it happens, right? We come home. We play mommy daddy games. So I get the story. I understand it. But, and he's talking about Mulugeta, the Micah Parsons agent, kind of working behind the scenes with Micah because they had a handshake agreement that was supposed to happen. This is why Jerry Jones is pissed, blah, blah, blah. But you listen to that story and you're like, what in the hell is he talking about? That's the best analogy you got.
He's lost his damn mind, Rando. He's lost his damn mind. He did, Richie. Yes, he did. He said he's Micah's daddy. He did 100%.
Micah's dad. Oh, my goodness. T, what do you think about this? I watched that, and I'm like, I get the story, but he legit has lost his mind.
I think that just reinforces what me and Selena are saying. Like to have the nerve to go and do an interview, and that interview was with Stephen A. Smith. So everybody hates him, but somehow he's still the biggest draw in sports media. So you got 20 million people that watch that, and so for you to go out there and talk crazy like that, he's definitely not going to give Micah what he wants. So I think that was a terrible move by him. But I'm not surprised. It fits the mold. That is always who he's been. But I think that just makes me double down on thinking he's not trading Micah. So Richie, just 100%.
He's not trading Micah.
Give up on that. Micah's not going up to Green Bay because Jerry's not trading him.
So what do they do?
Ego's too big.
Ego's too big, but does he actually pay him? Because they offered him apparently to be the highest non-paid QB in the league. So they already offered him that. Micah said it's not about the money, it's about respect, and he went on this other thing. So how do they figure it out? Or do they say, we're not paying you. If you don't play, we're going to fine you, or you're not going to make your game checks. And then next year we can franchise tag you and you're still stuck on it. So we'll play this game. You think that's how it goes?
They will. Yes, they will.
I think Jerry's going to do what he did with Zeke, what he did with Dak, what he did with CD, and he did all this, and he creates drama. Drama creates money. And even though we look at it and say it costs you more money to do this, behind the scenes, I think it's actually gaining him money because all this stuff is happening the same time the doc is dropping right into the season. I think before the season starts, they pay him a metric shit ton of money, and we all look at him and go, "What are you doing, dude?" But he's a businessman, and I think it gets Micah on the field. Bless you. I think it gets Micah on the field, and it makes Jerry Jones a bunch of money, and it actually doesn't win them ball games like it has been for the last decade plus.
Yeah, that's how he plays it. Yeah, he'll probably pay him, but however it plays out, whether they string him out and they franchise him back to back to back, or whatever the case, he's not letting Micah go anywhere else. That's my whatever he's gonna do to keep him, he will.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care
I
about
agree.
the Packers, Richie. I could not care. I have the Packers don't hurt my feelings. I don't care about the Cowboys either. Honestly, I'm looking at how Jerry Jones operates, and now that Micah has tried to force his way out, he's not going to let that happen. Even if he pays him $5 billion, he's going to look at that as a win because he's going to be like, well, whatever, you didn't get what you originally said you wanted.
Yep. That's Jerry's ego. Like, that's what it is. And he has to be in control of every little aspect, I think. That's the problem.
Yep.
Like, he can't let it go.
Yeah. I think this is also a Mulligeta issue because since he has kind of gotten himself deep into the league, he has been writing some massive contracts. I mean, the league still hates him and the Browns for the Deshaun Watson deal, right? Fully guaranteed 240 something million. So I do think this is it is Jerry's ego. So I agree with both of you there. I also think it's this dude thinks he is the guy. Like he thinks he's got us owners by the balls. I'm not going to let that happen. So if you want to make a deal, I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of it too. If it comes out and it's like we did this deal strictly between me and Micah, like we said we were to, and we didn't use Mulligeta to use his agent, right? Just like you've both been saying, anything to kind of skew the narrative to where it's like, hey, I'm the dude, right? Jerry Jones is still the swinging dick when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys in the NFL, and I'm not going to let some agent or a player kind of push me around.
Right.
Even though that's
literally what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. Well, we got some more college football to watch tonight. We got some preseason ball tomorrow, and then next week, week 1 official. It's gonna be a good one. I don't think there's much news on the college football front for at least the teams we cover. Selena, there's been some chatter about QB1 decision being made. I think that's just media trying to generate some things. Zach has been QB1 since he got there, in my opinion. I don't think
that's why they brought him in to be QB1. That's why. That was it. Like, I don't know what the chatter's about, but he was brought in to be QB1. Or they would have brought him in the first place. Like, there's no way he was coming here unless he was QB1. End of story. So
yeah, and if it is Cutter, then oh no, we swung and missed again on the thing I was nervous about, which you put all your eggs in the incarnate word. Now former SEC commit, but dude who's coming from a lower level to be your quarterback.
Yeah.
I love Cutter Boley. I just don't know if he's ready. We saw it in the Louisville game. He's still got some growth to do. T for the Tennessee side. Any new news? Any Boo Carter mama drama, or is that all gone?
No, that's calmed down. And I mean, she was popping off, but Vol Twitter, helps really really get that going. But I think that's kind of died down because we finally had something else to grasp onto once they announced that Joey was the starter. But Heupel, Coach Heupel comes out and says, "Hey, Boo's doing what we want him to do." All that. Brazel had his all his legal stuff is behind him. He's done with all that, and he's healthy. So, nothing too crazy going on with us. Ready to just get rocking and rolling against Syracuse.
What was this? So I missed it. You had a good back and forth with, I think, one of your favorite Twitter people. What was this jersey blurred out thing video? I missed it. What was this all about?
So there was an interception thrown. Colton Hood, the DB who transferred over from Colorado, made an awesome play, and in the background, you can see someone in one of like the special jerseys blurred out. And so everybody took that and ran with that. When the video was released that Tennessee blurred out the quarterback who threw it because our quarterbacks stink and we're trying to protect them. That was not the case.
Special
it was
jersey,
Miles
like a non-contact jersey?
So that's jersey? Yes. It was black, but yes,
okay.
it was a non-contact jersey because it was Miles Kittelman and he was hurt and not practicing. And so Tennessee was just trying to cover over the fact that, hey, Miles Kittelman is not practicing right now. He was standing kind of close to the quarterback. And so everybody thought it was the quarterback who threw it. And they're like, oh, Tennessee's quarterbacks are in shambles and blah, blah, blah. But this was also weeks ago. So that was like super old news that he's just now bringing up and incorrectly. So that's all that was. People who don't know what's going on still think it's a quarterback, but it wasn't. So I showed him the screenshot to let him know that he was wrong.
Well done. Well done. Your quarterback's still going to suck, though, but it's all right.
Kind of like your team will?
Actually, I think yeah, potentially. But nope.
That's right. The whole team will suck.
Most certainly. Yeah. Yeah. Not potentially. Most certainly.
You're zero help. You are zero help. The team is going to be great. I think Zach was actually – I think Zach what was today? 1792. That was the Kool-Aid I was drinking. It was very tasty Kentucky brown water, but I've been empty for the last few minutes. So it's about time to wrap up the show, I guess. But Zach, I think, is preseason golden arm, whatever that award is. I think Tennessee's quarterback is as well. We had 3 listed in the top 300 for the Senior Bowl. Cam, Old, was it Braun, and Jamar Macklin. So edge rusher, O-lineman, and our receiver. T, I think you guys had some preseason top 300 Senior Bowl folks as well.
I'll have to ask Hammer on that one. I hadn't seen that. I hadn't seen that list. So what do you know about that one, Hammer?
And then you had some. I did not see any for Kentucky, but Tennessee did, I believe, had some preseason all SEC team folks as well. Obviously,
yeah. I think McCoy's a preseason, and McCoy I think he's a preseason All-American as well. I mean, you know me, I don't care about preseason stuff like at all. But I think McCoy was. Also, I don't think Joey's going to be terrible. Just so you know, because and Hammer and I talked about this. We're going to go back to running back by committee. We're going to have a 3-headed monster. And you already know how Tennessee spreads everybody out. So the running backs will be good. All Joey has to do is hit the easy throws. As long as he does that, he'll be fine. And that's just what Milton and Nico were not able to do the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, we shall see. Well, hey, another good show. We'll get back to watch some ball next week. We'll do a couple game previews, maybe change the time a little bit. Get out here either on a Friday or Saturday before kickoff starts. Have some tailgate beers instead of happy hour. We'll do a little tailgate pre-show or something like that. But everybody, appreciates y'all listening and watching along.
Okay. Yep.
Follow along. Border Rivals HBS, Heavy Pour Sports on YouTube. Selena, you see your handle is on there. Always remember you.
Finally.
So Ball, KY Sass.
Oh, and he put you in front of me.
Step 30.
Man.
Yeah.
JT, now you know what's up.
100%.
Man. That's messed
You
up.
out there podcasting. You out here podcasting with Hammer. 2 times.
Hey, y'all got your little all UK stuff. Me and Hammer got our all UT stuff. Doing it right.
No, it was good too. But I had to jump in there and talk some trash. But we will get on here next week. We got the State Line Co. thing. They dropped the corduroys today. I had to go ahead and get mine. I got to be honest. I don't know how I'm going to feel about the corduroys. Everybody said they're tight. Everybody said they're super dope. They fit well. So I got the black and white. I got the blue and white. And we're going to see how they rock on my head. All UK Ball 10 at checkout for that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're trying to get this thing going before the season starts. Also, TikTok. I am on the talk now. So we are dropping content on there.
We've
Follow
been on the
us
talk, Rando.
Well, but I'm on it. I download the app. I am on it. I'm learning my thing now. So I am TikToking. So follow us on
Perfect.
TikTok at Heavy Pour Sports. If we get to the right follower level, we can go live on there too. And we got some big thing we're gonna do. We're gonna do a live watch along for the fights coming up. The Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez fights. We're gonna do that, and just kind of expand the horizon a little bit outside of college football and basketball. So as always. Go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Big Orange.
Go Cats.